Greetings and welcome, Toonheads, to the Cartoon Asylum. Keeping up with the Scooby Doo thing, we have new Scooby Doo movies. Now, this was a series that basically teamed Scooby Doo and the gang up with a bunch of other wacky cast of characters, be it actual actors and actresses of the time period, or fictional characters, or even characters that of people long dead. Um, and I'm going to count down my top five. Now, granted, I've not seen every episode, so if there is a character or two on here that this might change at a later date. I might do another video of this maybe next year. I don't know. We'll try and find the other episodes, but I think good enough that I watched like pretty much 2/3 of the entire series. So I think I can definitively put in a good word for it because I've got the the new Scooby Doo movies set that they came out with. I don't have the entire set, and there's a few episodes missing here and there. Even now. Um, yeah, this is my top five favorite guest stars. So, right out the gate, we got number five, the Harlem Globetrotters, a group of six people, and uh, and just really pads out the cast. Jesus Christ, this was like there's like 3 episodes with these guys, which did the math. These had the most episodes. What brings them down a little bit isn't the amount of people. Oh no, it's actually really funny seeing these characters like bop and interact with the Scooby Gang. But it's the plots. They're very similar. Basically, more often not, these guys at the end of the episodes go to do a game. What makes these games stand out amongst most basketball games is that they get into some wacky shit. Jesus Christ! I know the home Globetrotters are the best team in basketball, having minimal losses. I could literally count their losses on my hands compared to most other teams. But I'm pretty sure they don't use forklifts, slingshots, and rollerblades. Just saying. But it's very entertaining to see these guys. And I will admit, some of the plots are some of which I grew up with because I had a VHS of them at the time. Of course, now I've got the all 3 episodes that they've appeared in. I think that might be all of them. But yeah, their plots are kind of basic. I still like them. The Harlem Globetrotters did get a Hanna-Barbera cartoon, only lasted a couple episodes. Take that with what you will. Look it up. It's kind of weird. Number 4, Jonathan Winters, our first actor on the list, and well, he's definitely out there. A comedy man from that era. He's definitely his single episode stands out. Cause I mean, he's on the list and he's only got 1 episode, so he obviously stands out. His episode. Now keep in mind these are 1 hour long episodes as opposed to like the 30 minutes to 15 to 30 minute episodes that were before. So they had a lot of freedom with this character. The Scarecrow and well, the gigantic chicken. Again, watch this episode. It is really out there, but it's definitely one of my favorites just because it's so wacky and so weird. But what brings it down a little bit is the fact that I don't know too much about this guy. Just saying. Otherwise, he'd be a little bit more than likely a little bit higher. But I think resting at number 4 definitely is good for him. Number 3, now you might be surprised by this, but the Three Stooges take this slot. Um, those being Moe, Larry, and Curly Joe. Now I know people know Curly, but not as many people know Curly Joe. He took over after Shemp, which took over before Curly, and Shemp was actually the very first of the Three Stooges, along with Moe and Larry. He came back after Curly had a stroke, and took over. Then Curly Joe took over. And I'll do go into more detail with the Three Stooges at a later date. Three Stooges is one of my favorite comedy trios. Um, but these episodes are good. The only thing that brings them down, the only thing is that they don't do some of the gags. Yes, they're clumsy as hell, but their own episodes from the guys who made the Rocky and Bullwinkle and Underdog shows were better at portraying these characters. I know it's a kids show; they're not gonna bop each other, but the best they do is verbal abuse. I'm just like, okay, it's cool, and I love the wit. Plus, the Ghost of Red Baron was probably my favorite ghost from this set. But I would have liked a little bit of eye gouging, a little bit of a pop upside the head, something. I'd like a clunk upside the head. The three guys getting clunked upside the head. It would have been funny. Oh god, it would have been hilarious. Oh my god, it would have been hilarious. But these are good episodes, and they're the Three Stooges, so of course I love them. Number two, again, ironically enough, is the dynamic duo of Batman and Robin. Funnily enough, Hanna-Barbera did some cartoons with these characters, and Batman continues to team up with Scooby-Doo even today. With Scooby-Doo and Guess Who, Batman the Brave and the Bold, which Scooby and Shaggy actually get the full punch in the episode that they appear in, as well as well, the Brave and the Bold movie. So it was definitely interesting to see these characters have, stuck around together. Their Scooby Doo and Batman are intertwined. However, what keeps them down for my number one is that they don't work with the Batman villains much. The only two villains that pop up in both episodes are Joker and Penguin. No other villains pop up. Now, granted, I do love Joker and I love Penguin, but Hanna-Barbera at the time also had other characters they could use, such as Catwoman, Mr. Freeze. Hell, they had Simon the Pieman and Scarecrow at the time. They could have worked with other villains, but let's face it, keeping it safe and everything. But what about the monsters of the week? I mean, every time they would have something like that, and they kind of did with one episode, but most of it in the second episode they're in is just them fighting Joker and Penguin. It wasn't much. It's kind of sad, really, when the best you can do is Joker and Penguin. At this point, they are so overused, especially Joker. Unfortunately, I love Joker. God, I love Joker, but I would love to see other villains get their due, even today. God only knows I would love to see Clayface a little bit more. C'est la vie. But with that in mind, let's get a rattle of a couple honorable mentions. Josie and the Pussycats. Yes, they actually had an episode with them. And, what was it? Speed Buggy and his crew. These are basically clones of the Scooby Doo formula. A bunch of teenage kids fight off villains and monsters and ghosts. There's a bunch of them. Goober and the Ghost Chasers. Captain Caveman, Teen Angels, Jabberjaw. There was a bunch of them. Of course, all made by Hanna-Barbera, no less. These were clones of the clone of the original, made by the same studio. But both of these episodes are really good. Now, I have managed to find the one with Josie and the Pussycats, which was really funny to watch. But the one I actually own with Speed Buggy, the only reason both of these are not on the list at all is that I do like a bunch of other characters a bit more, and unfortunately these don't really stand out. Not really. the 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 sidekick and comic relief characters like teaming up with Scooby was definitely funny. The little pussycat from character and Speed Buggy teaming up with Scooby is definitely amusing, but other than that, there's not really much that they give to the table. And the only um, actor on here that kind of, um, you know, pops out a little bit was, oh, what was his name? I can't remember his name. Damn it. I had it and then I lost it. But there was a couple of actors that I remember watching that was pretty good. It was them in with Exterminator, being exterminators for the day. It was kind of cool, but it, again, didn't stand out enough. So what is my number one? What could possibly top the dynamic duo and the three Nyuk boys, as I like to call them sometimes? Well, actually, I come up with that just now. But, well, who else could it be but Don Knotts? Now, while the plots themselves are kinda generic, Don Knotts brings his A game to the table. And knowing a little bit more about Don Knotts places him above Jonathan Winters. Mostly because Don Knotts is also appears on the Muppet Show, funnily enough. I think Jonathan Winters pops up on Muppet Show, maybe? I don't know. I just know that Don Knotts appears in season 2. And is probably one of the funniest guys I've ever seen. I would love to see more of him. He has a distinct look with bug eyes, a little like a big bulbous nose, but a small itty bitty head. He really stands out as far as like actors go. He's a good comedian and is an awesome, like just pairs up nicely with Scooby and Shaggy. Um, but yeah, I will admit though, this entire series is just really good, and I like the fact that Scooby still teams up with all sorts of different actors and actresses, and various other characters as well, both dead and not really used anymore, including Scooby Doo and Guess Who, where he gets to team up with finally with someone other than Batman, with Wonder Woman, and Urkel of all people, which was just weird. That was just a hot episode. I just knowing that there's an episode like that, I need to watch it now. I need to watch this shit. This should be funny, but yeah. Scooby Doo and Guess Who is the first time we actually see them team up with other people that, weren't original characters. But with that in mind, next week, next Tuesday, I will be doing another new Scooby Doo one. This time, I'll be looking at the movie monsters from the various movies, including the 4 live action movies. I will count those as well. If there's a movie for it, I will count it. None of the other TV shows, and in the following week, I'll be looking at a pup named Scooby Doo. And that'll be just the top 5 though, unfortunately. But with that in mind, guys, be sure to like, share, subscribe, ring the bell for notifications. Go down in the comments down below and tell me what's your favorite Scooby-Doo guest star. And I'm not just talking about from the new Scooby-Doo movies. Scooby-Doo and Guess Who, the various like movies where they teamed up with people like Scooby-Doo Halloween with Elvira and the wrestling movies, just with the wrestlers. Let me know who you like to see, and who would you like to see teamed up with Scooby Doo in the gang. I would, if Warner Brothers could do it, I would love for Scooby Doo and the gang to team up with not just the rest of the Justice League, but also the Avengers. I would love for them to rub shoulders with the Avengers. Hell, it would be kind of cool to see them team up with the Star Wars gang. Just saying. But that's just a pipe dream with those two. I would like to see them with the rest of the Justice League, not just Batman, but I got Wonder Woman. I think that should be pretty good, I guess. Personally, I would like to see them with the Green Lanterns. Sue me. But with that being said, guys, I hope to see you guys in the next video. This has been the Cartoon Asylum on the Gamers Den. I've been Candace Lupus, your host, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.